Less is truly more when it comes to dating. Before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe, and also if you're interested in booking a coaching call with me, I have the link for that below as well. So in this video, I'm really going to help you guys simplify dating, because at the end of the day, it should not be too difficult. You can honestly do less and get more results. So the first thing that I want you guys to do is be very selective when you're deciding which dating app to join. More is not necessarily more, okay? I prefer that you only pick 1, 2, maybe 3 maximum dating apps that you are going to be on at a given time, because you should be giving yourself adequate time on each and every app. So just downloading a bunch and thinking that that's the best strategy, it's not, okay? And it's not going to help you. You're going to feel overwhelmed, and more likely than not, you're going to be downloading apps that don't even have any quality matches. So stick with high quality apps. As you guys know, I met my fiance on Luxy, so I highly recommend Luxy. And another app that I've also had success on is Millionaire Match. I don't believe actually it's an app, so I shouldn't say that, it's a website, but those are the top 2 apps that I personally have used and would recommend. If you're not interested in Luxy or Millionaire Match, don't worry, there are other options, but those are the 2 that I have personal experience on and I have had luck with, okay? So once you get on the app, less is more, okay? I have fallen into the trap of writing like 5 paragraphs for my about me, and it did work for me, but studies show that men really spend a few seconds, if not a minute, looking at the profile. They are interested in your pictures, let's be real. So you really want to focus on what pictures you're using and how you are presenting yourself, because right then and there, you are creating a brand image with the images that you choose. So are you choosing yourself in a nightclub with a shot in your hand? Well, that's probably not the best look, right? So you want to pick images that show you in a high caliber manner. These can be professional pictures, these can be pictures of different milestones in your life, like your graduation. Just make sure that you are by yourself in the picture, okay? Because it gets utterly confusing if you post group pictures and this guy's like swiping trying to figure out which woman is you, okay? So pick pictures where you are by yourself, and please do not pick selfies, do not pick blurry images, do not pick images that are just taken in the mirror, do not pick images that are low quality, or also do not pick pictures with filters. When it comes to writing your dating profile, I have a video on that as well, so you guys can watch that. If you want more one-on-one help with actually creating your profile and writing your profile, once again, you can book me for a call down in the description. So that is kind of what I have to say about dating profiles. Now, you need to be spending adequate time swiping on matches as well as reading messages. I don't want you to discount a message that you receive from a guy because he has bad pictures, or maybe his profile, he doesn't have anything written, okay? Give men a chance to prove themselves to you, okay? I have said this countless times, but so many women just rely on the first message, or so many women rely on the first date or the first kiss to determine if this guy is their dream man. I'm sorry, but us women, we need time. We don't make decisions as quickly as men. Men are very visual. Men are going to decide if they want to marry you probably within the first few minutes of meeting you. They have a certain emotional reaction to women who are feminine, women who give off wifey material, so it's pretty easy for them to decide. On the other hand, women, we are the vulnerable gender. Like, if you just look at our biology, if you look at how everything is made up, we are the gender that conceives, so we have more to lose. So as a woman, it is okay to take your time. It is okay to not know if this guy's your dream man off the first phone call, okay? Give him time. And when I say less is more, I don't necessarily mean like, oh, put less effort in, put less thought into your dating profile. What I mean is limit the amount of interactions you're having with men. If you've been on my channel for a while and you know what kind of man you're seeking, there aren't that many of them out there. Okay, if you want a guy who is above average in terms of income, if you want a guy who is above average in terms of his masculinity, if you want a guy who is above average in terms of how he treats women and his consistent action and his chivalry, they are not as, common as you would assume, unfortunately. And that is a whole nother video, because I think honestly women are to blame because of that. Low value women who just give themselves up, give their bodies up, make it too easy for a lot of men. So there's either that experience, or there's men who have been burned, used, and abused, who are just like exiting the dating world. So keep that in mind. There are really only going to be very few men who meet your criteria. So you don't need to be going on dates with every guy who messages you. You don't need to be going on dates with every guy who swipes right. But you want to be going on dates with the guys who are showing from their profile or from your interaction with them that they are in that category of men, of potentials. Limit the number of men you are going on dates with, but within those men, go on several dates, okay? Don't just immediately eliminate a guy after one date or ghost him because you kind of had an awkward first date. Give men grace, okay? So that is what I mean by less is more. Less is more also applies to your interactions with men. It is so funny. I don't want to call this person out, but there is someone that I know, and she sends men paragraphs. Okay, I'm talking paragraphs. She'll ask about their week, their day, this and that. And she thinks that that is showing effort, or that is her being a feminine woman. It is not. Less is more. You can send a message that is this short that says thinking of you, and that is going to get a man's emotional reaction a lot more than a paragraph saying, hey, good afternoon, how's your week? What do you have going on? Think about it. Men, true gentlemen, are busy. They have a lot going on. They have their job, they might own a business, they might have investments, they might have all of these things going on, and sending a man a paragraph thing or a 3-minute recording is not going to get the response you're looking for, versus just a short, tiny, cute, feminine text like, something that's short, to the point, and very flirty and feminine. That is what gets a reaction from men. That is what gets a man wanting to say, dang, I want to take this girl out this weekend, okay? So don't focus on the length of your interactions or the length of your message, but the quality, but the words you're using, but how you are making him feel. Focus on those flirty, feminine words in order to get a response from men. Because if you're just talking to him like a dude would, or you're just talking to him like his friend or roommate would, then he is not really going to have this burning desire to want to take you out, okay? So set yourself apart. When me and my partner first began talking, his texts were like 5 times longer than mine, but he was interested in me 5 times as much as I was in him, okay? So it is not about how many texts you guys send or how long the texts are. It's about what reaction is your presence, is your communication getting from him. Sorry, you guys, I am filming at not an ideal time lighting-wise, but getting right back into it. So less is more when it comes to communication. Okay, don't be that woman who's bombarding him. Don't be that woman sending him paragraphs, because one sentence can get the message across much better, and it's going to leave him wanting more. It's going to leave him wanting to take you out, to talk to you in person, versus if you're just revealing everything via message, Why is he even going to want to take you on a date? Why is he even going to want to get to know you better when you're literally telling him what you did all day and all week via message? Well, that just leaves no room for dialogue when you meet, okay? So less is more applies during communication. Okay, less is more also applies when it comes to meeting in person and talking. Ladies, you don't need to be the one driving the conversation. This is literally your sign to get out of your head and tune into your body. For once, sit back. Let him talk. Let him ask you questions. Let him lead the dialogue. So just sit back, right? Be in your body. Enjoy the presence, enjoy his presence, enjoy his company, enjoy the environment of the restaurant that you're in. Talk less and feel more, okay? You can show up and literally say very minimal words, but have open body language, but have very feminine, feminine movements and feminine gestures that will really set you apart versus a woman who goes on a date and just blabs the night away and he felt like he didn't even get a word in, or even worse, he felt like she was the one controlling the whole conversation and she was not giving off very feminine qualities whatsoever, okay? So like we've covered, less is more when it comes to your dating profile. Less is more when it comes to the number of men you're going on dates with. Less is more when it comes to communicating during the date. Less is more also applies when communicating outside of the date. Okay, ladies? So I really want you to stop thinking about doing more and more effort, more work, more words, and just really tune into the energy of less is more. My presence is enough. My company is enough. My energy will tell him who I am, right? If I'm just like, blah, 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 getting all these words out and worried about my meal and worried about this and worried about that, I don't even need to tell him who I am. He's gonna know I'm literally disheveled, I'm stressed out, I'm anxious, I haven't had a break, I'm probably burnt out, right? Versus if you go on a date and you're just like, oh, this is such a nice restaurant, like, and you just go with the flow and you're just really in your soft, feminine energy, it comes off completely different. Then you are his peace, you are his comfort, you are bringing a certain slow energy to his day, and it's really going to set you apart because more than likely the remainder of his day is probably stress, is probably deadlines, is probably a lot of talking, is probably a lot of, a lot of logic. And so bring that soft energy. So many women will sit here and be like, I'm in my soft woman era, I'm in my soft girl era, but you sit and talk to them and you feel stressed out. I'm sorry, that is not soft era. That is not your feminine era, okay? Being in your feminine era is truly being relaxed, truly understanding that you and your energy and your embodiment is enough. You don't need to say more. You don't need to do more. You don't need to display more or for him to really know who you are, okay? So that is what I have for you guys today. I really hope that this concept of less is more was understood. And just remember that being a feminine essence is not about doing, right? We've covered this distinction before. It's not about doing, it is about being, it is about feeling. Start tuning into those energies And if you are very much in your head, if you are more masculine, if you do have things going on in your day-to-day life that put you in that masculine energy, then before you go on a date, do something feminine. Do something as simple as dance, right? Like free flow movement, or maybe it is just a vinyasa. Maybe it's just a slow feminine yin yoga. Maybe it is just, cooking a little bit in the kitchen. Do something that is relaxing for your nervous system. It could be a bubble bath. It could be just taking things slow. If you have a date planned, have a slow day before that. Don't pack your day to where you can barely even breathe and take a second before the date to center and ground yourself. So that is my tips. I hope that it was helpful. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if it helped you out, if it allowed you to really understand this concept of less is more. And I will see you all very, very soon. Bye.